they get me into the bed, and I'm like delirious, right? Lungs collapse, can't breathe. I'm on a shitload of opiates.
No,
you can swear.
Fine.
Okay.
I've said already.
And
You have to put a quarter in the jar, though.
The camera knows me $1,000.
Welcome back everybody to the episode of the Common Ground Podcast, your favorite podcast, your favorite format, Pauper. This is episode 117. I am your co-host, Cameron Schindler, joined as always by Thomas, soon to be playing Pokepedia again.
That's right, Pokopia, baby.
So you better not have that on you outside. I'm going to wear a mask and rob you.
No.
Things are like gold.
It's an investment for sure. I did it on a payment plan, so I'm not. But I'm getting a Switch 2. I'm going to play the new Pokopia game. It looks super sick.
The FOMO is real.
The FOMO was a little real, and also it looks really cool. And also, I just thought about it, and I've been spending too much. I'm someone who stays very up to date with what's going on in the world, like political news, like trying to find ways I can help and protest and do my part in stuff. And the other side of the coin is that is getting really overwhelmed, like
pulling your
taxing your mental health, getting stuck in social media hellholes, and that's the part of it that I really need to like step away from. And so I'm like trying to like read a little bit more. And I was thinking earlier today, I'm like, this looks like a really chill, like nice environmental sort of game to just like not be on my phone, not be thinking about stuff when I don't need to be thinking about it.
We were just before recording, we were just talking about like Tilt, just like a little bit. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine playing Pokepedia. It's like an Animal Crossing game.
Pokopia.
I don't know why I keep calling it Pokepedia.
Pokepedia.
And I can't imagine playing that game.
That's another name for my brain.
Pokepedia. Yeah.
Donkey!
I can't imagine playing that game and being tilted though.
No, oh my god, it's so adorable.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I have never really been a fan of like the Animal Crossing style games where you just you do stuff and there isn't like a linear like you win the game now thing. You just like do a bunch of like objectives and make your town look cool and stuff. But for some reason, as soon as it became Pokemon, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I was a big Minecraft kid, so
yeah, me too. I mean, it's like Animal Crossing plus Minecraft but Pokemon, like. Incredible.
Also joined by James, birthday boy Hieronymus. How are you doing? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That was from Rarity.
Thanks. I didn't know I had so many birthdays throughout the year.
Yeah. Only if you got a present every time.
Tricking out that scooter, baby.
Yeah, me and Razor were in contact. I've developed some rapport with
Can you get us a sponsorship?
From Razor?
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
All right.
I'm doing well.
Get like a purple scooter.
Otherwise.
Cool. Heck yeah. And also joined by special guest Sam. It's Snodgrass, yeah?
Yeah, that's my last name.
I didn't know if there was an extra S after snodz because your Discord handle, or it's snodz, so it's snodz on Discord.
Yeah, well, that
MTGO.
came from, I set my moto name as, I wanted to go Snod, S-N-O-D, because that's the first syllable of my last name, and it was taken.
There's another snod something out there. Maybe there's a snod dirt out there.
So I added an S, and that was also taken. So I changed the S to a Z, and that's just kind of stuck.
But we got you on today because you are a local just killer in our group. You kind of came back here not too long ago, and I can't try to remember. Someone just like, I think the first time I met you is when we did the trivia night. Here, remember like the Pokemon trivia?
No. The first time we met him was at a cube at Dan's place.
Oh,
That's
I wasn't
right.
there for that.
The Dune Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't there
Nope.
for that.
So the first time I met him,
James. That was when James and I met you.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first time I met you was when we did the. I keep wanting to say Pokemon, not Magic trivia at my place.
And Cube Night. Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably thought I was just a psychotic person.
I think you stomped me on Simic Madness in the Old Border Cube.
Yeah. No, they were close games. You cloned my Masticore, and I'm like.
Donkey!
Those are really fun games. Yeah, that was that same night. That was a fun cube too. So you just kind of joined our cube group pretty quick, and then we indoctrinated you into the greatness as Pauper.
Yeah.
But first, some housekeeping before we dive too much in. Thomas, you got any events for us you want to shout out?
I'm gonna go through a more comprehensive list of dates, kind of at the end. I think we're gonna try transitioning some things around, little A/B testing, if you will. But we have another exciting announcement to make as well. But I do want to make one shout out that the Court of Commons Quarterly has been moved to April 4th. That's the Murray, Kentucky event run by Sir Hempsalot in our Discord. So if you're planning on going up to that, it is now Saturday, April 4th. Otherwise, all of the upcoming events are still running. And if you're going to be at Shoebox this coming weekend, try and say hi to James and Cameron. They're going to be there.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
As Anna Banana and Dan and a whole bunch of the Nashville crew.
Nah, just us.
Nope, just the four of us.
Oh, just...
oh, no, I'm sorry, and Dustin.
Oh, yeah.
And today also will be there.
Yeah. So a handful of the Nashville crew.
Yeah, if you'll be there, say what's up. It's going to be really fun.
But also, we have a special announcement today. This is the first week. We are officially sponsored by Game Night Tennessee. Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee, the premier game store for the Middle Tennessee area.
There is a Pauper Widow Duel, too, there on March 21st, Saturday at 1 p.m. The buy-in's $30, so $30, go play some Pauper, win a duel in.
We'll be
That's
there.
super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we do Common Ground Cup, so it just kind of made sense, this whole thing. Awesome store, lots of other non-Magic events. They do a Pauper League every Tuesday, and they're doing a bigger whole Pauper League event that coalesces the one final event that's like separate from the Cup.
Yes.
So them and the store up in Spring Hill.
Yes, just roll with it games.
So you can get points for their leagues and stuff. That's super dope.
Yeah, they're going to have an invitational. Yeah.
Game Night has a super, what's the catalog of cards?
Extensive catalog.
Extensive catalog.
cards.
And not just of Magic, too.
No,
if you play
Pokemon,
Lorcana, Riftbound, One Piece, they have everything. Supplies, paints, sleeves, plushies. They've got it all.
If you go to their website, you can drop a list of stuff you want. They'll send you an email when it's ready. Hey, we have this. Hey, we don't have this. I remember when Brood Skill came out, I got the entire deck from them. And Steven's like, I found like 20 sadistic Glees. I'm just, why? I don't know. I just have it. I'm like,
They were just in the Tempest box. I don't know what to tell you,
the
man.
more obscure, the more likely you are they're going to have it.
Yeah,
so it's pretty funny. Awesome partnership. Can't wait to continue working with them in the future.
Yeah.
Steven's dope, the owner. All the employees are super great. So this just only makes sense.
And I know they're going to be working on getting an inventory or sales that you can buy singles online as well. So keep an eye out for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And very soon we'll be announcing Common Ground Cup date too.
Yes, Common Ground. Well, we can
Common
announce
Ground Cup
the date.
TOO.
We can announce the date.
What's the date?
The date is Saturday, July 25th for the 4th Common Ground Cup. It will be at Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee again.
So take time off for work already if you're planning on coming down. I think our plan's to cap at 100, so I think we are going to cap at 100.
And we are also not the only tournament that they host that are that big as well. Like they host several different kinds of tournaments that are that size.
And stuff too. Oh yeah, if you're into that. So
yeah, definitely check out Game Night. If you haven't already, you've heard about it a lot on the show. If you've been listening for a while, great people and a great opportunity. So shout out to Game Night. Thank you, Game Night.
So is there going to be like a little cool transition here?
No.
Okay. So Sam.
Nice segue.
Thank you.
No, it's a scooter.
It's a scooter.
I upgraded.
Before the Cup, did you play much Pauper?
No, actually, not really any constructed either.
Yeah.
Actually, so the last time I played constructed before the run up to the Cup was actually, I went to a PTQ when I was like 14 and I borrowed somebody's extended Hypergenesis deck.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
Like
Gamer.
the Time Spiral card, yeah.
Yes.
You cascade into it?
Yeah, that's how it worked. Because like Violent Outburst had just come out.
Oh yeah!
Violent Outburst. Now modern band Violent Outburst.
They're both banned in modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was back in, I don't know, 2008, whenever that was.
Okay.
And
That
then
sounds
basically hadn't played any constructed up until the modern RC in Vegas in November, and then the Pauper.
Okay, yeah. And so how'd you end up queuing for the modern RC if you didn't play zero constructed?
That's a funny story. I play a lot of Moto, Magic the Gathering online, and I won a Moto Online Super Q, which qualifies you for the RC.
Just the biggest RCQ ever.
I honestly thought that's how everybody qualified.
Everybody just wins these 1,200 person tournaments to qualify for the RCQ.
I think mine was 640. And
that's still insane.
Yeah.
That's a GP sized event.
Yeah, it's close to it, yeah.
Is it only First got the invite too?
I think it's top 4.
Okay, that's better. It's better.
Yeah, it was.
That's hard.
The Swiss was 10 rounds, and I dropped a game.
Yeah, well, that's more than the Spotlight series this weekend too. So I think 640, which is just, or this, this last weekend. So that's crazy. So you're mainly a limited player.
Correct.
What made you? Spoiler alert: you got the top 4, the Common Ground Cup, this last one. Mm-hmm. What made you want to play that and deck selection, all that stuff?
Peer pressure from y'all.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. You heard it. That's how you get
Actually, no, really what it was is I was like, hey, I have your favorite card's Battle Screech. Have I got the deck for you?
So you played a Fairies League after.
Well, it was funny too at the Cup after it was over, like several people were like, so what made you think that like white was like the good choice to bring for this meta? And I was like, honestly, I just really like the card Battle Screech.
That's a good answer.
That's why I'm playing Weenies today.
And
it's true. It's a true answer.
We played against you a handful of times. We knew you were a limited killer. You're always on the trophy leaderboard on Moto for most trophies for like the retail limited sets, which is very impressive. And like we just enjoyed hanging out with you and stuff. So we're just like, dude, come to our tournament. Like it's gonna be fun. Like the format's fun. You said you like Battle Screech. There's a really good Battle Screech deck. Yeah.
That has only gotten better now.
It's really good against these affinity decks that will not be there. So yeah. I guess playing the tournament leading up to the tournament, what was your practice then?
I would say leading up to that tournament, it was a lot of Avatar draft.
That's always good Pauper practice.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with abandoned attachments, the Pauper staple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, but nobody was playing that at that point in time.
No. It kind of came a little bit after it got really popular, but
yeah. So I ran a Fairies League that I streamed in the local Discord. Brood actually jumped in and kind of birded a few of those games, and then several other people jumped in the others. And then we had that practice night.
Yeah, I set us up a testing evening before the event.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we had that.
That was a lot of fun.
Here. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then after that, I was trying to lock in my list, and so I kind of drew up one I was happy with on Moto, and I started a league and went 2-0 and just didn't finish it. Then we went to the Cup.
So honestly, skill dipped your way through the tournament.
Kinda, yeah.
Like, which is because playing, we said it a lot. Like I always say this too, is a lot of Pauper. It's one thing to know your deck, but you have to know every deck to like really crush a Pauper tournament. And just figuring out these decks on the fly, the stuff, Mono Red Madness. We did like a little, like we went through the MTG Goldfish page when we were here, and stuff like, okay, Madness, duh, if they untap of Gutter Snipe, I lost the game. Okay, that makes sense. Don't ever let them do that kind of thing. Like Terror, that's milk cards, big dude. So that kind of stuff is straightforward.
That felt very familiar to me because in Limited, game one, you never know what your opponent's playing, right?
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, interesting.
All right, getting into it already. I like
even
it.
after the first few turns, you have no idea what's in their deck, right? Like they could have 6 of one of the uncommons in this set and 0 of some of the other commons. I mean, you really have no idea what their deck is, and I had no idea what any of my opponent's decks were all day. And there were several spots where format knowledge like really would have helped me. You could really see that on coverage against Spy.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing too. There was a couple spots where if you knew about the flaring pain, you could have gotten there. But
Game 1, the first time, I thought I was playing against elves right up until he cast Balustrade Spy.
Oh, that's a weird elf. It's an elf spy.
Yeah, and then I made a weird attack later that you mentioned on coverage, and it was simply because I didn't know Balustrade Spy had flying, and the light was kind of dim, and I couldn't read it.
Yeah,
and so Also, there was, I think it was round 4. I was playing against, I think her name was Vale, and I could tell she was on some kind of Dimir thing. And so, but I had no idea. I assumed it was Dimir Terror because she went Augur of Bolus, revealing a counterspell.
Okay, yeah.
And then another Augur revealing Brainstorm. I was stuck on 2 lands. Well, so naturally after that, I was like, this has got to be some kind of control deck, right? I had like double Inspector in play, and she attacks with both of her Augurs. And, I'm thinking it's a control deck. And so in my mind, I'm like, I think there's a -1/-1 spell. And so she's trying to get me to block, wipe out both my Inspectors. And so I'm like, no blocks. Double ninjas.
Pick up
All
Augur
right.
too.
Yeah, pick up both Augurs. And I was just like, oh my God, this could not be more worse.
Yeah. You got punked there a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, it's like
But did play around the thing. You made a choice, and you're like, I know that this exists, so, or at least intuiting that this must exist in a control shell in the format, and making that conscious decision didn't end up working out simply because you didn't know. But the fact that you were already making just inroads towards decisions like as intuitively as you could, I mean, I think that puts you in a good spot. But then just naturally,
And that's playing the formats. Like that's not like a super popular deck anymore. So,
right. But then you know that going into the sideboard games.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. How did that feel like sideboarding overall? Because that can be pretty hard. But we've talked about this a lot too, where like Pauper sideboard cards, you look at something like Dust to Dust. Well, I think you can figure out where that goes, and you don't bring that in against Terror kind of thing.
Right. I'm actually super comfortable sideboarding just because I play so much best of 3 online. It's like, what did I see from my opponent's deck? What's problematic? What tools do I have for that?
Yeah. Do you feel like you get a good sideboard when you draft limit sets, or does that depend on set from set more?
I feel like I do. I think having a good sideboard when you draft is definitely part of the draft. I think I'm fairly good at that because a lot of sideboard cards can be excellent out of the sideboard, but just something's gone wrong. It's their main
constructed.
deck.
Same
Totally.
thing. Yeah.
My favorite one actually was Stolen Uniform in Final Fantasy.
I have no clue what that does.
Okay, so it's single blue mana, instant. You target an equipment and one of your creatures, and until end of turn,
steal it?
that equipment becomes attached to your creature.
Yeah,
that's some hammer crap.
It is. Travis and I discussed it at the time,
and I think I was the only one that realized this, but like in Final Fantasy, with the job select equipment, like roughly a third of the format was equipment.
Okay.
And nobody would take this card. And I would have like 3 in my blue sideboards. And so like basically if I had an untapped island in game 2 or 3 and you had any kind of equipment, you could not profitably get into combat with me.
Okay. It's an instant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that can just ease. Did it cantrip you said too, or no? Did it just do that?
No, it just
okay.
swaps. But there was a lot of busted equipment like Buster Sword mid combat or any of the job select stuff, right?
Yeah.
It makes a 1/1 like Black Mage's Rod.
Yeah.
Pauper playable.
There we go.
Not the best one to steal, but hey, if it kills their creature.
Well, sideboarding, yeah. The interesting thing in limited sideboarding, a lot of it's mostly like, do they have a really good enchantment I need to kill? And then beyond stuff like that, you're mostly optimizing stat lines, right? Like if they have like if you have a lot of 3/1s and they have a lot of 1/1s or 1/1 tokens, you'll swap those out for, something with like 2 toughness. There's not much of that in Pauper, but there's a lot of pretty clear like Dust to Dust against the artifact decks and
I've never played White Weenie, so I'm not super familiar with like their whole sideboard configuration, but it's a lot of game life stuff too. Yeah.
No, not really.
Because
the only card that currently people are playing in their sideboard really to gain life is just basically Martyr Sands because it does the most at one time.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't love it. I'm probably gonna play it anyways for this weekend because I imagine that people will be playing Madness, but I don't think it's
Rally.
Or Rally. I think you're actually better against Rally because all of your idiots block theirs so well.
Yeah, you do not want to play against Mono White playing Rally.
No, you don't. Draven Inspector will eat your dirt. Eat you up.
Eat your dirt.
Eat your dirt.
Kind of an interesting thing about Pauper is there are a lot more highly skewed matchups in other formats just because the format is so broad. You're just if you're Gardens and you get paired in the Poison Storm, you're gonna have a bad time. If you're playing Mono Red Rally and you get paired into Mono White, or damn Naya Gates would be terrible too. Like you're gonna have a bad time. I don't know if that really came up a whole lot when you played Pauper, like even your few league matches, because you played a little bit of fairies too on that. I don't know if you ever felt the super bad variance matchups.
Not really. I think especially at the Cup, I just had good matchups all day.
Yeah, that helps, you know.
I think the way the format currently is lined up, it is a good choice. I think things are like, it's good into the blue decks, like any of them, and then it is good against the current red deck, which more people are online are playing the red, like the rally deck, which is better against that. And so it just kind of lines up well against a lot what's going on. And it can grind through like even the mid-range decks
and
too.
Thraben Charm plus Prismatic Strands is a good package for Spy.
The only one that felt kind of like very unfavored was I ran into Wub on Is It Scred in one of the rounds, and I think he had 3 main deck breath weapons.
Plus a set of bolts, plus a set of screds. It's just like they play a lot of removal spells.
That's a deck they like a lot too.
Yeah,
so,
that
like,
deck's sweet.
Yeah, they're a killer with that deck.
Yeah,
when they decide to pick it up.
Yeah.
So
Derek's trying to convince me to play it soon.
That's funny. The deck does have like some bad matchups too. I think Scred's probably not great. Demir Terror is probably not the best. Fog is kind of abysmal, but just don't run into that.
Unless you put a second fling in your deck.
Oh God! Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh man, that was funny.
That was funny.
Oh God.
Was there any other things you think from Limited that really transferred over to help you have like this crazy run?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm the most curious about, of just applying if there's any limited. I mean, principles across Magic I think are pretty interchangeable across most formats: cube, constructed, draft, what have you. But I'm interested to know if you thought that there were any specific instances where your limited expertise really helped you give yourself a leg up into the Pauper format.
Like specifically Limited, I think was just the being comfortable playing just
blindly
into the unknown, right? Other than that, I felt like just my fundamentals were solid. And I mean, people kept firing off just crazy stuff, like, defensive combat tricks into open mana, like against the Demir Fairies player. I boarded in the Great Sword of Tyr, the equipment.
It taps down.
And she kept responding to the equip with removal instead of waiting till I moved to combat, right?
Oh, so you can equip it.
Re-equip it again.
I just re-equip. Whereas if she waited until combat, I couldn't re-equip. And then I'd like lose that turn cycle.
Yeah. I guess like from Limited too, and a big appeal to Limited to me too is to help level up the combat step. A lot of people talk about that. If you want to get good at combat, play more Limited. And it kind of makes sense. I think Mono White's a good fit for you because you can get to really gummed up, hard to navigate combat steps of Mono White. And that's just a lot of Limited games. Like, boards start to get gummed up and you got to make some, like, what's right to attack? Do I leave, like, 2 Thraben Inspectors back? Do I just send my flyers?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And another thing that comes up a lot is, like, when do you trade creatures just to push damage, right? Like, because
you are an aggro deck, too, with the Mono White.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, throwing away a Thraben, is that worth pushing 3 points?
Yeah.
Win,
Exactly. It's like, what if I draw the Anthem? Why can't I think of that?
Guardian's
Pledge. What if I draw Guardian's Pledge, and if I go -2 creatures, I can no longer Alpha Strike them with this or whatever next turn. So there's a lot of, like, tricksy things to be wary about playing. I'm playing against and playing Mono White, honestly, there's like a lot of stuff to be wary about.
That's a good point, because I felt just very at home all day, except into the combo deck. And it was very apparent. I just had no clue.
If you want to watch Sam get demolished in some very demolished in quotes, they were extremely close.
They were very close games.
you can watch those on coverage too. So those VODs still exist. Those were very
VOD still
close.
exists, and I at some point will have each individual round up on YouTube.
Man, a lot of it was too, I can't quite remember the moment that we were just talking about too, but there was something like, if you knew about Flaring Pain or something with your Prismatic Strands, you could have like won that game too.
Wasn't I think the thing was I think I was telling you after the game, I was like, I think you needed to attack as mana because I think you need to kill the overgrown battlement.
That's a big thing
on like turn 3 or whatever.
And I thought about it, right? Because he played overgrown battlement, and I had like double Thraben Charm and 2 creatures. I could have killed it, but I was thinking about that, but just I didn't know enough about how the deck worked to know if attacking their mana was even something that was feasible.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, God, I'm on coverage. If I kill this 0-4 and it turns out that you can't attack their mana, I'm gonna look like the biggest idiot.
No, our job
when in reality you would have been like, wow, he's a genius.
Yeah,
like, oh my god.
It turns out I look like an idiot
smart anyway.
for not doing that. But
yeah, no. Like, side note, again, the job for coverage is to make the players look smart too. So never criticize someone's play.
No, we're not gonna do that. I mean, I can't say I'm not on coverage anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tom's like, I can do whatever I want.
Do whatever I want.
But
I can put whoever I want in the feature match area. Unless they say no.
I am glad too. You've started showing up to the Pauper leagues too that our locals had up in Middle Tennessee Gaming.
Yeah, I'm in the top 8 at this season.
You are. I think you are.
You're on track to do so.
I know.
Yeah, you've been kind of killing it. So
not killing it. I go like 2-1 every week.
It's killing it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's enough that'll put you in like top 4
Yeah,
if you just consistently do that.
Who knows? That's all I'll say.
In a
Who
way,
knows?
In a way, I would. There's a part of me that would rather 2-1 every week rather than 3-0, 1-2, like flip flop back and forth. There's amount of consistency there, you know.
And it's always fun to get like new players' perspective twos. Wow, what decks did you buy for Pauper? Because you said you just went through and bought a few.
I bought a ton of cards. I looked at a bunch of lists, and then I bought a ton of cards that seemed to be shared. So I can put together Jund and Grixis Affinity, White Weenies, probably Red Rally, most of Madness, Fairies, and then like a bunch of stuff to play around with stuff in between. Like I threw Gear Seekers in the other week for Grixis.
We played that. Yeah. So like what drew you to those decks? Just like the shared card pool where you're like, I want to try to play like these really grindy, because Jund is
you just asked, you're just like, what are like the decks that I should be playing?
Yeah, well, my caveat was I want to play Refurbished Familiar.
That's a good place to be.
That is a good card.
And Jund and Grixis are really strong. I think Grixis is a little bit friendlier to being newer at Pauper just because it can kill people a lot quicker. And Jund is this really mid-rangey deck, but it only plays 4 cast downs and the 3 or 4 card clan shamans. So you're running short on removal. Like, you got to know what's important to fire off on there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of ways to kill your opponent.
No, there's like three real ways to kill your opponent in that deck.
You are really heavily relying on Writhing Chrysalis, which is a super fun card if you haven't cast that yet.
Yeah.
Did you play MH3?
I played a lot of MH3
so
limited.
Cast it once, maybe.
Cast my fair share. Writhing Chrysalises.
Like maybe, dude, we missed that card for spoiler seasons for MH3.
We totally blanked on that one.
Yep.
We didn't talk about it.
It literally didn't come up.
Or spoiler episode.
It definitely is one of those cards where you cast it and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized that after, I think the first deck I played with it was just monsters, or like the Ponza deck. And I'm just, I just explosive vegetation and made a 4/5.
Reach.
Yeah. Here's this dinosaur.
It can't be hydroblasted.
Cascade. Yeah. We've seen a lot of that before too. People trying to hydroblast it, but just cascading into it's hilarious. No, it's been great seeing you every week too for the weeklies. I've enjoyed that a lot. Has any of this improved your limited game? Would you say? I don't know if you ever thought about that. Has it worked?
No, if anything, it's made it worse.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm curious.
No, I actually haven't thought about it, but I'd say no impact really.
Yeah, it's just easy mode here. Look, we just
it's definitely not easy mode.
Were you in Discord when Brute said? Oh, what did he say? He was like, he said constructed is a custom lobby. He's like, limited is the true way to play Magic. Constructed is a custom lobby.
That's so Galaxy brain.
It was pretty funny. I don't know if there's like any more lessons or anything you want to share as like from a new player perspective. Otherwise, I was going to pick your brain about another topic.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're good to think. He's a good editor, so.
Especially if there was something specifically from your experience, like into the format with white weenies also. Because I've heard it stated from someone, I think I may have shared this with you, that someone was saying, I can't remember who it was online or whether it was in our Discord, that white weenies is a good deck for limited players because you have all these fundamentals, like the gummed up combat steps that y'all were talking about. Like a lot of that comes into play.
What are fundamentals?
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
It's like nobody really knows, but you know when you have them or not.
Which is kind of funny.
No, white weenies, I had not thought about that until you brought that up, but it actually does make a lot of sense because you've got some instant speed stuff in Thraben and your clues, and you've got a bunch of sorcery speed stuff, your creatures and battle screech, and just maximizing your mana and tempo just feels very important in that deck. Like, what are you skyfishing? When are you doing that? Are you saving it to like have mana if you miss a land drop? Are you bouncing an inspector for more cards? But bouncing an inspector like reduces your damage output potential, and just all these little like trade-offs you make over and over, and they're all centered around combat. Right. I mean, it's not like you have thought casts. You're not drawing a ton of cards.
No, not really. It is a surprising deck though when you hit late game. It's your Thraben inspectors do kind of just cycle.
It's
At some point you just shortcut. You do it. I do it too. Is like just shortcut 3 mana, put it and play draw a card.
It makes you feel so cool when you do that. You tap 3 planes and put 3 inspectors on the battlefield.
Oh, Jesus!
That does feel pretty good.
That's funny. No, that makes sense too. On that, for the fundamental things. That is a weird thing. We kind of talk about that, but don't really have a great definition for the word. I think a big part of that is like combat step and just managing cards on board.
And I would also say like patience, right? Like just due to how like priority passing works, if both players have something, you're almost always advantaged if you're the last one to fire it off.
Yeah.
And just, that came up a lot.
Knowing when you can do that is very important.
Yeah.
You learn that from Moto, too.
Yeah. Also, like, when to go for things and when to, like, wait for your opponent to go for something. Then you do it. Like, I know against Wub on Scred, I could tell he had a breath weapon, and I had a Guardian's Pledge. And I was like, I cannot fire this off first because he'll just breath weapon in response. But once he goes for the breath weapon, I can throw out the defensive pledge and all my creatures live.
There's a lot of songs and dances like that in Pauper we talk about. It's a format based around Hydro Pyroblast too. So.
Yeah, and that is almost a direct copy from Limited when your opponent has combat tricks. Right? The first person to play the combat trick gets blown out a lot.
Yeah. And then get a bluff though too. That's always a fun thing too. And
you were talking about that as well. You were like there was attack steps you were making that looked bad like on paper, but you're just like kind of putting your opponent to the test. And it's like, what are they going to do?
Yeah. That is a fun thing to do, and that's something I like to do in Limit a lot, especially in this turtle sets. The little I have play limit on it. There's a lot of the sneak stuff. So if your opponent thinks you're just trying to sneak in a bunch of stuff, I just like to jam as many combat tricks as I can in my deck because it's like, nah, I don't have a sneak creature. +2/+2. Your guy's dead.
Donkey!
Oops.
Bluff attacking's a really fun subject too because it's like you can get away with some stuff, but it's also
if you get called.
Well, and also you can really only do it when you know your opponent's really good, right? Like if I know you're good and I know I'm good, I can attack like a 2/2 into like a 3/3 first strike, and then it's like you're not going to block this.
It's like, why are they doing that kind of thing?
Whereas if you play somebody bad, they just snap the block, and you're like, you only won that exchange because you're bad.
And you only won that exchange because you're bad. Why'd you block there? You showed me the clip of OSIP.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
I have not.
Oh my
we'll
god.
Show you. We'll pull it up after. Osip Levodowicz gets in 1 damage of a bluff attack in like day 2 of a team sealed against Owen Turtenwald, and he gets it through and just pops off. It's like I had nothing. I can't believe you took that. Oh my god, I'm the greatest. Whoa.
Just like rubbing it in his face.
Woo!
Like gets out of his chair.
Yeah, commentary goes crazy. We'll pull it up.
We need more moments like that, Magic. We need more people like OSIP.
Unsportsmanlike.
No, that's so. I know. I wonder if it wasn't him. I don't know if somebody else could get away with that if it wasn't OSIP. Because he's got a long history of like that.
Yeah.
On the fundamentals thing, I also think coming from Magic Online, you develop really, really good fundamentals because you cannot slip up with those clicks. Like you click OK, you have passed priority. There's no going back. In a way, Arena as well, but it's a little bit more complicated on Magic Online.
I've also noticed just playing on Moto a lot, just understanding how priority works is like something a lot of people don't do. Like even in the top 4 match against Spy, I saw him get a Fairy Macabre off of Bleed the Stampede or whatever that card is.
Yeah.
And I had a Battle Screech that I wanted to resolve. I know he has Fairy Macabre in hand, and then I have the Rafine's Informant. And so I could foresee this. I'm like, I'm going to play this Rafine's Informant. I get the Connive. I'm going to discard the Battle Screech. And he's going to try to Fairy Macabre it. So as soon as I resolved the Rafine's Informant, I was like, so I'm about to resolve this Connive, and I'm going to discard a card, and I'm not going to let you have priority.
Yeah.
And I said that before I did this. So then I discard Battle Screech, and I'm like, and now I'm going to cast this Battle Screech, and you cannot use that Fairy Macabre in your hand. And he just goes, I don't think it works this way. and I was like, Judge.
When in fact, that is exactly how that works.
Yep. It's kind of because you both were pretty new on the decks too. Like talking to
Michael,
that one too. Yeah. He was new on that deck too, so it was kind of. But he plays a little bit more Pauper than you. But it was pretty funny. I guess like something that kind of ties in the fundamentals too is, you're pretty good at keeping like your cool. On that too is just controlling your emotions. I think is a very
I don't
important,
tilt,
which is nice. Yeah, we were cuping the other day,
as opposed to the rest of this room.
Yeah. And you were.
I've been known to tilt a little.
Yeah, not as bad as Hippo and I, but we the lucky paper bit.
Well, you know me now.
Yeah,
you don't know college Magic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, you haven't seen. That's crazy. A lot of people here have chilled out. Like even before I moved here, like Nashville, I heard was just, I guess like just tilt central for whatever reason.
You can think like me and I wasn't actually. I used to not be that bad. Like pre-COVID, like I actually really was like pretty level-headed most of the time. Like I had to talk bitter off of some cliffs a lot, and I'm like, just chill, just come on, just come back here. We'll just reel it in a little bit. But no, things used to be a lot. I don't know if sweatier is. It's not sweatier because the people are way better now than they used to be. But like. Yeah. The environment has changed, so things have gotten a lot calmer.
Yeah, Magic has taken a little bit more casual route too.
I think if as like a rising tide raises all ships and everyone is getting better together kind of along the same way, I think you start to all kind of let go of that sort of stuff. You're like, it's a game, there's some variance, or I just fucked up, oh well. And, like, you know.
Yeah, I guess it could be a lot about maybe like Magic back then was more about trying to punk out your opponent and stomp them into the dirt. It's probably a little less
or
about
attach
that
it to
now.
your self-worth.
We also didn't have like the groups that we have now.
Yeah,
like we're
all friends.
Yeah, like there were people that were friends. Yeah. Not to say that wasn't true, but like we do a lot more like hanging out, playing more casual forms of Magic, like Cube specifically, and or Pauper. We cube a fair amount, so it's like those lend themselves to doing more friendly things and being less frustrated about Magic on the whole, which is nice.
I guess controlling your emotions, but how don't you tilt? I guess is.
Well, going in, especially going into a game, you like just how Magic is. You just got like. I think it's the land system, but like, especially in limited, like 5 to 10% of your games are just not going to be games. And you just got to accept that going in. It's like
you're signing up for that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll mull to 5, and there's one land in my 5-card hand, and that's going to happen like 5 to 10% of the time. And it's also I don't know. I definitely wasn't like this when I was younger, but when you start getting like real upset, you kind of cut off your avenue for improvement. And when you're just like more level-headed, and it's like, oh, what could I have done differently? Could I have drawn better cards?
Yeah.
You know,
could I have not
mulliganed?
Right.
Could I have not drawn my second lot of Giant Spy?
Right.
You know, stuff like that. It's like, how could I have changed that? Because I think I've gone through a weird cycle of where I used to like tilt a good bit, and then I wasn't like terrible, and then it's like, okay, whatever. Like, life's pretty good outside of this. Like, married, blah, blah, blah. Who really cares? Not married anymore, but I think I attached way too much of myself in the Magic. And that's why I stepped back a lot from RCQs, because if I was losing, I was just, like, way too upset. Like, distraught. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, it's a card game.
Yeah.
For kids.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, big kids.
13 plus.
But I kind of feel myself like getting back into that cycle again of like attaching way too much of my self-worth into a game. And so I'm like, I need to like make sure I'm keeping myself in check with that. It's like, it does not matter that much. So I just, yeah.
Ultimately, it's, have you ever heard the phrase Hakuna Matata?
Oh, baby, have I ever.
Oh, have I? Yes.
It means no worries.
For the rest of your
days.
What language is that?
Swahili.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, I do get it.
You're trying to see if I knew. One of us knew it, and I did.
Yeah, no, you should come with me. I used to go to the Buddhist Meditation Center over on Gallatin.
Yeah,
it's pretty close to here.
Honestly,
actually.
I'm not opposed to doing that at all.
Yeah,
too. Like I'm very much not opposed to that.
What does that entail? I'm curious.
It's whatever the teacher's doing. I don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll just sit. A lot of times there's some kind of. Well, some of them there's like a mantra that will be repeated, or sometimes there's just a topic of discussion. I don't know. The instructor that I go to is named Mikey, and he's just incredible.
I would actually be down.
I feel like that's that, and I feel like forms of like martial arts and things can do kind of very similar things. They reset your brain a lot differently.
Mm-hmm.
They like make you more disciplined in your thought processes and stuff like that too. So
even like driving, like autocross, like I was talking about with you, just methodical.
God, I'd miss doing that so much.
Any kind of like really methodical activity that blends physicality.
That was something fun to learn about you last night. You're a car person.
I am a car person.
Yeah, that was a fun conversation too.
Yeah,
I have. That does kind of make sense. It's just something like to take you out of it and like really like hyper focus on it. And again, that was another hobby where even if I messed up a lap, I never got like really frustrated. I was just having fun and like super focused. So I don't even know like what the difference is, because it's not variance. There's not really a lot of variance in something like autocrossing. It's like if you took a corner too fast, you took a corner too fast. But it can feel like variance if it's like, well, I took it just a bit too fast, but it doesn't suck in the same way as like
and you
drawing your second lot with Giant.
Why shouldn't you approach Magic like that? Because you have no control. Well, you actually have some control over variance, especially
yes.
Right, there are especially variance reduction measures,
like especially if you play Brainstorm.
that helps.
Yeah.
Wait, they got rid of some of those, like Gitaxium Probe.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I get that. That is like a very, very good point, and a lot of that could just be perspective. Like going into it, it's like, okay, you're playing a game. Especially, I think Cube is one where why should I get tilted in Cube? Like Thursday, I wasn't like tilted, like mad. I just felt defeated at the end of the night. It's like I'm playing 15 lands and 28 playables, and I'm like, land number 9, give it up for land number 9. And I'm like, this is insane, because I was playing the cycling deck with the Icons of Kikoria.
It was a sweet deck.
It was a really cool deck. That's probably my favorite deck I've ever drafted. I went 1-2 with it.
I'm so bummed I missed that draft. I can't wait to do it again.
I've done some of that. We've all had that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this is the sickest thing I've ever done. And it's just like, nah, it wasn't that good.
And so I think I just felt like very like defeated at the end of it. It's like not like super tilted, like but like I'm like, dang, so.
That was actually my first 0-3 in this group.
Yeah,
I did call it beforehand. I said, if my first pack has Jeskai Ascendancy, I'm slamming it, and then we're hitting a home run or going down in flames.
That's fair.
And we went down in flames.
That happened?
Yes.
You opened it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pack one, pick one. I saw it. I said that before the draft. Open it. Jeskai Ascendancy.
Slam it down.
Slam it. Carson was drafting Jeskai, passing
Shocking.
to me. And we didn't quite get there.
No, didn't quite get there.
I was Jeskai over on my side too. So
yeah.
A lot of it is too. It is a game, and you aren't owed anything from it too.
Mm-hmm.
So
important.
especially if you start our group, especially our cube group, just has a lot of good players in it. So if everyone is above average player, on like very similar skill level, if you're just clashing with them all the time, you are just gonna be on a bad streak at some point.
Right.
Like you can't win every game against a bunch of good players.
No.
There was something that stuck with me on the Kyle Rose, the Ham TV stream within the last few months. He was, I forget the context he was talking about, but he said to somebody, he was like, "You're acting like this game owes you wins." And it doesn't.
Yeah.
And so if you play like, "Oh, I'm owed this win," you're gonna lose a lot.
Yeah, and feel like crap about it.
Right.
And probably not make a lot of friends. And so
He's a wise man.
and
So such a wise man.
so I drove up Cairo. He's an incredible player too.
Yeah, he is.
Drove up to the Winna Basics up in Kentucky. That was pretty fun.
Beta Basics.
But we ended up playing for credit because we didn't quite hit that required amount of people, and they gave us some options, so we decided to do credit, and so winner just gets all the basics. But anyway, it was like kind of was like running bad or whatever. I was a little upset, and then just like hanging out with Sir Himslot, Kyle, and then Sonny in our Discord. And I'm just like, nah, this is just like too much fun to be pouty.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm looking at Sonny's dope MR2 as a V6 swap in it.
That is so cool.
Because he started it. I saw the exhaust pipes, and I'm like, when he's going to start it, I'm like, it's going to sound like crap. And I'm like, that's not a 4-cylinder. And I'm like, that sounds awesome.
This is a jump back to the whole attitude thing, but it just occurred to me. So like a little bit of lore here is, I had a shoulder surgery several years ago, and after the surgery, I had bilateral pulmonary embolisms. So clots in both lungs collapsed. I was almost died. I was hospitalized for over a week. And like, if you look at like the clinical stats, it was like, I really should be dead. And so I don't know, after going through that, it's like,
what do I have to be upset
Keep a positive attitude about everything.
Yeah, you're not owed, including your life. Yeah, so
one of the funny things when they first got me up into a room after that, like in the hospital, at that point I played a lot of casual commander with my high school friends, and they get me into the bed, and I'm like delirious, right? Lungs collapse, can't breathe. I'm on a load of opiates.
No,
you can swear.
Fine.
Okay.
I've said already.
And
You have to put a quarter in the jar, though.
The camera knows me $1,000.
And so I sit down and I pull up my laptop, which I had with me, and I ordered probably $800 worth of fetch lands. And
yeah, baby.
You said you're high off.
well, no, and it was
that wasn't why.
It really wasn't. I texted my friend Miles, who's my roommate, very killer Magic player, and I told him I just did this. I bought like a load of fetch lands, and he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Life's too short for my lands to come into play tap."
Dude, I showed you the video of me waking up from surgery. Yes, and I immediately I bought that Gilded Drake because I was talking about that. I woke up from surgery, and I bought a Gilded Drake.
Oh,
because I wanted to build that deck, and I just high off my ass from painkillers and or from not pain but propofol, and as soon as I hit consciousness, I'm just like, so perplexing Chimera. If you blink it and you get it back, you get your perplexing Chimera back and the thing you stole. It was funny. That kind of reminded me of that. Now that is a good attitude to have about things too. Like it's hard to be mad if you're just fortunate to be here in the first place.
It also came up. I went out to Red Rocks actually with my buddy in Colorado, and we were watching a concert, and we were watching the White Boy Reggae Band.
Oh no, I have no clue.
Dude, they're doing all kinds of stuff out there in Colorado.
Innovators.
That's a bucket list venue.
Anyway, the wind was like at Red Rocks. If there's really strong wind, it messes with the audio because it's all out,
for sure.
It's all outdoors. And I look over, and my friend Miles looks like he wants to kill himself. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, this sound is terrible. And I'm like, how are you upset that like the sound at this Red Rock show we're at is like not ideal?
Yeah.
Like, do you see this view we have?
Yeah.
Like,
To be fair, I'm one of the people who would also be in the same camp of, wow,
But it's
why does this sound so damn bad?
But it's so like
But
it
is
is
very pretty.
It's like one thing if you're at a really bad venue in Knoxville, crammed at a basketball stadium. That's
That
terrible.
sucked.
But
That pissed me off so
but
bad.
like if you're just in the Rockies, it's
Yeah.
No, that is like
An attitude of gratitude.
Right.
I guess on a
it's
smaller
important.
scale of that too. I would kind of bring it back to a little bit more of Cube too. It's man, I couldn't get a Cube draft of Fire when I lived in South Dakota. Like nobody wanted a Cube. Everybody just wanted to play Commander. I think we played Pauper twice, and I think we had 4 people both times. Our biggest modern Monday was 12 people. Like that was the biggest one we did. And so just like every week, I could Cube Friday, Saturday here if I want to.
That's actually how I ended up kind of in this little circle. There was like this other kind of quote unquote cube group that like I've been trying to find a cube group, right? And there was this group of people, and a cube like everybody has kids. Nothing ever came together. We'd cube maybe twice a year. And so I've just been like passively looking for people to cube with. And then I just go to the cave to draft basically every Friday, right?
Yeah,
and I happened to get paired into Anna.
Okay.
And somehow Cube came up. And then I was just listening to her. And if you listen to Anna talk about Magic, it very quickly becomes apparent that she
Knows what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And
an
then some.
understatement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think we were talking about our favorite people to play in Magic. Like, I don't remember who I was talking with, but it was Drew. I was like, who are your favorite people like in all of Magic to play against? And he told me. I was just like, you know what? I think Anna might be my favorite person, period, to play Magic with.
She might be my favorite person to beat.
That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me.
Like
That doesn't
honestly.
surprise
I couldn't
me.
beat her for the longest
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
had-
Rigel's a delight.
That was also someone who came up as like my favorite people to play. Yeah, Rigel's in like the top 3 people.
And I guess that kind of like goes back to, I don't know how this became another like managing attitude episode, but sorry if that wasn't what you were expecting.
No, I'm here for it. I
But-
like this. This is good.
Not you, him.
I know you're not apologizing to me.
But he's one of those people. I don't know if you ever met him. He's one of the Game Store employees at the Game Cave.
He works behind the counter at the cave.
I know what he looks
Yeah,
like.
okay. Yep. He is just one of those people where if you are slaughtering him, he is just like so happy, like, oh, that's like super sick. I have never have seen him upset about anything. Just like
No.
and by factor, everybody loves him. Everybody likes playing against him, and he's a good player. So
He is a good player.
like it's like, man, that's like what I'd rather be known as like, oh, I'm paired against Cameron. That's like super dope. I love playing Cameron. Like we're gonna have a good game, we're gonna have a good time, not like
Gotta
Oh.
walk on eggshells.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's not cool. Like I don't want to like ever get to a point where it's like, oh God, I knew somebody in my old LGS back in South Dakota. It's like, all right, I'm about to beat this person, and they're about to freak the out on me, and it's like that is so annoying, you know.
Really is.
Like they've never once said good game after a game. Like it was always, if I would have drew this card and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, you didn't. And I just like, if I see myself like falling towards those tendencies, it's like, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
So you chat up Anna. It's very clear that she's got some stuff going on in the scene.
And then I think she had her CubeCon exhibitor playmat. And,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
retirement.
Yep.
Yeah.
and I was like, do you happen to know people who cube? Not quite like that, but basically I just kind of, I was like, if y'all need an 8th, hit me up. And then that happened for the Desert Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hit me up with like the night before, and I was like, yeah, I'm there. And then I just came to the next view, and then at some point, at some point y'all found out I'm like number 2 on the trophy leaderboard or something.
I think you told us.
I did not tell.
Oh,
y'all.
somebody else told me. I think Brute told me.
That might be who it
Yeah.
is.
I did not tell y'all that.
So I don't know who found
y'all
that.
figured that out.
Someone found out. and then,
I thought it was because I had Magic Online up, and you mentioned something about it. Maybe.
I was like, click on the draft tab.
oh,
But you at that point you said I know you're number 2.
yeah. Okay, so it would have been before that. Yeah, you're right.
you're like, I
Weird.
was gonna brag, but everybody already knew.
Wow. How did we find out then? That's weird.
I want to say Brute.
That might make sense.
probably.
Like mine.
He picks and pokes and asks lots of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very cool guy.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Because I remember looking at the Discord and like I saw like you were in. I'm like, who is this guy? Like I don't like really care, but I'm just like, who's coming over? And I'm like, we're doing Magic trivia first. Hopefully he's into some weird questions about birds and stuff too while we're at it. You know? No,
Yeah, I hope that wasn't like too like arrogant or
Oh
whatever.
no,
no.
Jesus Christ, no.
No,
Of course not.
no.
Of course not.
No, that's bragging rights. You were in that
Yeah.
too on that.
Yeah. Well, I did get number 1 in multiple sets.
Yeah.
but
Yes.
Number 2 was a disappointment on there.
I had 150 trophies in Edge of Eternities.
That's wild.
What was second?
Second, I think they were low 140s.
I don't think I have ever
Wow.
drafted a limited format that much.
I-
And not even that many like actual matches. Like there is no way.
Yeah. Well, Edge of Eternities was a little special because Spider-Man was so unpopular. They brought the draft league back. And then at one point, Riddlers were like pushing 180
Oh, they were
ticks
expensive.
on MTGO. So like just everybody was drafting
Yeah.
Edge.
Just open a Riddler and you can go infinite, basically. Yeah.
And Edge of Eternities was actually the best limited set of 2025. A lot of people don't like that.
But I have no. I think
I
never drafted it.
I don't know.
I did not draft it. I have no
draft
idea.
it. I think the most I've ever drafted a limited set, like a retail limit set, was MH3, and it was 4 times maybe.
That's wild
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
the most I've ever drafted a limited set. It's just I just love Cube. And I could.
I
do
love
it.
Cube too.
Yeah, and it's paper Magic. Just is. I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards. It's just something in my brain about holding physical pieces of cardboard when there's no text when the card's on the battlefield. Just irks me. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like there's just no. It's just a little piece of square on the battlefield. I can't. Like there's no text on it. So
Well, there's like half of the text.
That's
and you
on
can click
Arena,
on it and you get all the
right?
text.
it is on Arena.
On Moto, it's just the full card.
Yeah, the Arena makes me want to turn my.
I don't play Arena.
Yeah, I know. Oh, not Arena. Moto makes me want to turn my computer into a wristwatch. So, like, it drives me nuts. Speaking of keeping your cool on there, I feel like I was relearning Magic.
But honestly, no, seriously, that's what like that does really play on Magic Online. Really like hones in what you are doing inside of a turn.
It
Yeah,
is
oh, yeah,
It's so much more
like
than
we
Arena.
talked
You have
about,
so
yeah.
much more agency to see what's going on. Like
Is it
Arena
not
is
the
not
same?
particularly intuitive on how to stop in your upkeep. I'll be real
You
honest.
just play in full control mode.
In fact, well, even in full control mode, separating the steps is something
It's
that
really
Arena
hard to
doesn't
see.
do really well. I had to have a judge call at the sealed RCQ we went to the other week because
At game night.
Yeah, at game
Sponsor.
night, shout out sponsor of the pod.
Hey, you don't get money.
I can
Nice try.
support the homies. But so I had the blue top or bottom spell, right? There's one in every set.
Yeah, fair.
And I decide I need to fire this off in my opponent's draw step. And, draw step, top or bottom. Now they've drawn their card. They don't get to draw it this turn. And my opponent goes, I don't think you can do that. And so I call the judge. And then after the judge call...
Because I did hear you say this. Because you were nice, but you're like, I'm your opponent. Like, don't... like
I don't have your best interest at heart.
You
Yes.
should not listen to me, but let's call a judge. But
Yeah.
I am absolutely allowed to do this.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he goes, well, you can't do that on Arena, which I think is wrong. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's
You
certainly
certainly
you can set a
figure-
stop
you
on
can
your
figure
draw
it
step.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
But
it is unintuitive.
Because actually, cool is something I know that probably you and I have dealt with more. Well, I guess it was Vendilion Click is a huge one for that one.
Yes.
Is the
feel-
stopping
especially in
is
the
stopping
vintage
and
cube
draw step.
lobbies, especially
you
back in
feel
the day.
so smart when you get to fire off a draw step action.
It comes up in
Yeah.
Pauper Law against Terror. I like especially playing against Terror because of Brainstorm. I like firing off like a Thraben Charm exile their graveyard on their draw step so they can't in response Brainstorm there.
Yeah, I think that was a play I made.
Yeah,
to cut
so
quite a bit.
like that comes up quite a bit. That is a fun one.
One thing I thought we should touch on is I think a lot. Do you remember that practice game we played the night before the Cup?
Yes.
About you were on Terror and I was on Weenies.
Yeah.
And it was that point where I was like, I think I have to bet the game your doublers don't flip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so,
and I was like, I was in the favor of like playing the safe line. Yeah.
right. But see, so this context was, I forgot the exact board state. Basically, you had 2 unflipped Delvers and a Terror. I think I'm at 2 life. This board state
Something like that.
was basically, I could have 3 blockers. I had 2 birds and like an inspector.
Yeah.
Or I could flashback the Battle Screech in my graveyard, have 2 blockers,
and hope for the Delvers don't flip.
And he was at like very low life too, right? Like if I flashbacked my Screech and did not die the next turn, I for sure had lethal.
Okay.
Yes.
I was for sure winning the game. But if his Delvers flipped,
You're dead.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking like, I really don't like the idea of letting the blue deck untap, draw a million cards. It's late game. You have a lot of lands out. There's probably not a super high probability of these Delvers blind flipping. So
I could also draw into Sleep of the Dead and tap your blockers down anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
And
we were doing testing, so we were just openly talking about
Yeah,
this
yeah,
during
yeah,
the game,
yeah.
right? And so I came to the conclusion, I was like, I think my best chance of winning this game is to flashback this Battle Screech, and that is essentially betting the game that your Delvers don't flip. And that ended up working out. He drew like a million cards next turn. Delvers didn't flip.
I just drew air or what?
Well, it just wasn't a spell on top. I
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
any way to manipulate, and
And then he was
didn't find a Sleep of the Dead off of like multiple mental notes.
Yeah. And that comes up in a lot of different games is
when to take risks.
when to play your opponent doesn't have it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, if they have it, am I going to
just
win
like-
anyway?
Just risk versus reward of just what your decisions do.
Right. And so I'm sure everybody does, but I like, when do you play super conservatively, and when do you start throwing like some crazy risks out there? And like, when are you morphing between those two, kind of play styles?
Especially if like a matchup is so polarized too. This is a Patrick Sullivan thing. He was talking, I can't remember what matchup he was talking about, but he's like, it was so bad for like the red deck. The only way I would win is if you missed your 3rd land drop. So I'm just going to play like you're never going to hit your 3rd land drop. And that's the only way I'm going to win this matchup. And that's what I'm going to do. And like, that's another like risky thing there. It's like, well, if it's out of your control anyway, and you got to take those risks, you might as well take them there. Try to play that. But that's a little bit different because like in this situation, though, you have a little bit more agency, the one you were talking about.
And this actually is tangential, but this came up in the local league where Hippo, was on Fog the other day.
I played blue-green Fog.
Oh.
And so when Cam cooked me on Fog, he was like, people don't know when to concede, right? But I actually got game 1 against Hippo.
Yeah, I bricked.
And
I bricked so hard.
That's how Fog loses.
Yeah, you just gotta make your opponent mold a 5.
Oh,
I did multiply 2 of the 3 games.
Yeah. But anyway, and then like it hit me like game 2 was so lost, but since I had game 1, I was like, I just
need to play game 3.
Yeah, I was like, well, I just never concede. We'll make this go as long as we can because I'm probably not winning this set, but I can get a draw.
Yeah, okay.
And I got you down to 1 card.
Okay, so you drew
Got him
game 2,
down
but you
to-
won the game 1-0.
No. We drew
I
the
won
match.
game. I won game 2.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But right, if we didn't run out of time, I was going to lose that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then so instead of conceding when this game was totally lost, I was like, I need to play this to the end to draw the timeout so we get a turns in game 3.
Yeah, that makes sense too. And that's a different situation too. It's like one thing if you're down a game, like if it's game 1 and you need to play games 2 and 3.
There was one moment in that entire game 3 I was like, I need him to not have exactly Thrapen Charm right here. Resolve a Jace's Erasure, go for a Lorien. Like, it was like Lorien revealed, and he's just like, click it. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah. And that is like, I guess knowing when to concede, that goes both ways of knowing when to concede and when not to concede there. And that's part of, if you ever play Fog, that's a big part of it too, is instead of like conceding, is knowing when to hit the I win button. Like when we played that, when you were playing Grixis and I was playing Fog, you said like you weren't going to concede, and I'm just staring at this stream of thought in my hand. And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna make this last. And like, I think by the end of the game, you have 10 cards left in your library, and it's like I never needed to cast a stream of thought, and like that's good from that perspective. But
something actually that came up with my Fog deck this past week was just like win 2 and 2 not cast Arcane Denial on your opponent's spells.
okay, interesting.
More often than not, that throughout the evening I did cast it on my own just to draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
In the next turn.
When did you find it on your opponent's cards? Like, when you were super ahead anyway.
No. On when I didn't have spells of my own that I did need to resolve. Like
interesting.
I was like, I need some. Like basically, the only time I would cast it was on copies of Weather the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, it's just a free way to get some advantage. But there were like certain cards from my opponents. I think like
I had a
flaring pain against like I think it was Thomas Bitter.
Oh, okay.
Who was playing Rally.
I had a Guardian's Pledge because
yeah.
that you had to counter because it was like
because the cards that were like
Dead.
either like
Yeah,
cards that
yeah.
just actually factually kill me like on the spot. Like I have to stop those. But for the most part, it's like I'm not trying to use these on my opponent's stuff. But like when do I need to like have this as an option that I need to do? Like there were some turns like it was against you specifically. I was like. I think I have to allocate some amount of my mana to actually just like weather the storming and countering it and hoping to rip a fog off the 3 cards.
And you always did.
And every time I hit a fog. So I was like, all right, risk versus reward.
That matchup feels so bad. White Weenie into Fog.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
It's worse against black green too.
Because they have grip rats to actually annihilate your board.
If you don't have the strands right then and there, it's bad. Yeah.
Because I know when we played back in Indy last year, like that was a super little tight dance we were doing. We were playing Crypt Rats and Muse and like sitting on like 4 strands.
Yeah, and I'm like, one of these is gonna go eventually.
So do you guys think that toxin analysis, like to me, the whole toxin analysis shaman thing feels very Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking
that
about?
deck draws a million
Like-
cards.
Yeah, but like especially when I was playing Grixis, it's like I have enough artifacts usually to sack to kill whatever I want anyway.
So I'm gonna
Life gains
use
version.
some borrowed knowledge here. Upon some borrowed knowledge, Scintillus has said that the amount of time. So like my question was why there are so many matchups playing Jund that you just bring in Duress. It's like why do we not just play Duress in the main deck? And
Right.
his argument is that there are so many more matchups that win and die by having a Cart Clan Shaman available to you that can kill infinitely sized things. It doesn't matter what the size is versus having the singular Duress.
And it does get Tox Analysis does get sided out against a lot of the counterspell decks like Terror because it's just too like even though it's like hitting the 5/5 sounds really nice.
Even for Jund, like Jund just boards out, assuming that you're in the Walker camp, you just board out your Cart Clans entirely in the matchup.
It's just like too like even though the appeal of killing the 5/5s there is too much to have it all happen there.
Well, I got to thinking about this because I was just playing around. You know, I'm still so new to the format, and I was messing with the Grixis deck, right? And so I added in Gear Seeker Serpents.
Yep.
And then as soon as I did that, I'm like, well, if I have Gear Seekers down, I really never want to toxin analysis and kill my own Gear Seekers.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like I'm probably going to have the biggest stuff on the battlefield. And then so I just swapped those for Unexpected Fangs, which
Oh, okay. That is interesting too. Yeah, if you're
Well, I like to say another thing, like specifically with Grixis, is that you get access to the blowgun, which can be huge too.
The
blowgun, you can just kind of move it around and let it just sit there, whatever. It just is a looming threat. It's just a toxin analysis on the table that they can see at all times.
and you can sack it.
You can
too,
sack it
and you
to
can
your
sack
draw
it too if you need
spells.
it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is a good point too. I like the things that are tox analysis too at some points too, because it's if I like the tox analysis for life gain gets red, well, Fangs on a Gear Serpent or Fangs on a Mirror Enforcer. It's
that
damn
too.
good,
It's also it's like it actually bumps up your Cart Clan Shamans enough to the point where they can just survive one activation.
Right.
yeah. That's something that comes with Fog a lot is when you put a counter on Crypt Rats. That's the lock.
The lock.
You put a mana token on it.
Quote,
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was a lock against Infect when I played against
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hippo, did you wanna share how you stunted on me? You were really excited about.
Oh, this was very funny. So I saw it coming. Like I saw it coming from a mile away. I was like, I'm going to get him.
Because one turn, a turn before, I cast out in my I'm playing Black White Glint Blade against.
And as soon as he did that, I was like,
pizzas?
oh.
I did play one pizza.
Nice.
As soon as he's like cast down my own refurbished mirror, I was like, oh, I'm going to.
So I did that.
To get him.
Omened it back and played it, and then.
Yep.
And then I was like, I watched him do it again. I watched him basically do that again.
Twice though, except blood.
But twice, and I was like, oh, he's gonna blood fountain these. I was like, cast growth. He's like, target these. He starts to put him in his hand. I was like, stop. Cast growth spiral. I was like, I'll put in this Bajuka Bog.
Hell, yeah.
I was sitting there holding it. I was waiting for him. I was like, I'm not going to put this into play. It's
No.
going to be better later.
Yes.
Patience is a virtue.
I love.
Did I lose
speed.
the match? Yes.
Yeah, you got gangbanged.
I did get gangbang Shinobi today.
Oh my god.
Yeah, gangbang is a house against Fog.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's funny because
What is gangbang?
So keep a gang Shinobi.
Well, it's when a bunch.
so when your parents love each other very much.
Whoa.
Keep a gang Shinobi. It's a card from saviors or betrayers of Kamigawa.
The Mind Rot Ninja.
Yes, the Mind Rot
Yes.
Ninja.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah, I
Christian.
know that
It's
one.
given Christian name is Gangbang Shinobi.
It's giving
Okay.
For Andy Havermill that will not be listening to this, but I will tell him now that it is in here now. And he
We
will
did
listen.
we finally just ripped off the Band-Aid, huh?
Yeah.
It took us almost 3 years.
The dance around gangbang Shinobi.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny playing that card against Fog because normally you're like, I'll swing like half of these with Tangle, and I'm just every turn just gangbang, like just here swing here. And like playing a Fog against a 3/2 probably feels terrible.
Yeah, especially because my deck doesn't have a way to remove a creature from the battlefield.
It's there forever.
It is there and it is going to be there, and I can't do anything about it.
That's bad. Yeah.
I did play the Turtle and White Weenies last week.
That card
Was it good?
is sick.
It was very good every time I saw it. One game, it
Okay.
was a turn 4 6/3.
Wow.
No. It's turn 4 5/3, and then the next game it was a turn 5, I think 8/3.
Wow.
So
It has crushed Magic Online.
has it?
It has become. It is like pushed Terror
And some
completely
other-
out. There are 0 copies of Terror in any of the top 8s this past weekend. 0 because of Weenie.
Keep it unbanned,
I guess.
Yeah. We were kind of theorizing about that card. It just plays a lot like Fireball. Has that come up quite a bit? Where it's like, all right, take 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because the Weenies deck, especially after you resolve a battle screech, you can always get an attacker through.
Yep.
Whether or not you're like sacking something or not. But yeah, you just get one of the flyers through, ninjutsu it or sneak it, and it's like, take 8.
Is it? I don't even.
Your turn.
I don't know. Is it Donatello or is it Leonardo?
Leonardo.
Leonardo. I can never remember which one. I just
Devin
know
kept
Turtle
calling
card.
it Donatello yesterday, and I'm like,
I see.
and I was literally sitting on the table, I was like, Leonardo.
I'm just gonna call it the turtle card.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
The turtle.
Yeah, with the turtle.
Yeah. Sneaking turtle.
Sneak a turtle.
Yeah.
Can't get cast down. Huge.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's pretty big tech. Like
You cannot cast that thing
you can
down.
lightning bolt it, but
Cool. How
you
many
can't-
light? I
you
mean, how
can't
many?
cast down
Realistically,
it.
there aren't as many lightning bolts running around in this area as there are copies of cast down.
That is true
I
on
think
average.
true for this particular area.
That's the thing. A quick note on that is Derek and I have been chatting a little bit about like what I'm going to play for the Win a Duel at game night, and also I'm going to play the monthly at the Game Cave this coming Saturday.
Ooh yeah.
So
Yeah, hear that, Brute?
Yeah. Oh, he knows.
Oh, he's been
he
talking
knows.
like, ooh, I like it when you guys are out of town.
I know.
Demolish
he
it.
already
No
said that to me.
splits. He needs to learn a lesson about avoiding his friends.
But what was I gonna say?
You and Derek have been talking about what to play for the Win a Duel.
Yeah. So we've been chatting about what to play, and he was saying like, oh, I think there's like this amount of stuff in the meta, and I was like, I don't really know if we have like a solid meta because so many of us try so many different decks from tournament to tournament that if
it's kind of
we made some predictions for the cup, and I think we also potentially, like we talked about with Ryan with the data, that like we also potentially influenced the metagame decisions to
Apparently-
to a small percentage.
Yeah, apparently me saying that Elves is going to be good is enough for people to go.
Well, it still is.
And I think because obviously it is a good deck.
Right. Well, that's one of the decks I'm considering. I'm considering Elves. I'm considering a control deck or whatever. And he was like, well, I think the Columbia metagame is pretty heavy red. And I was like, is there a steady metagame anywhere around here? Because so many people have so many decks. So like,
I feel like there's a lot of Fairies players here.
I've been to Pauper
are.
League 3 times at Middle Tennessee, and I have not played against the same deck twice.
Yeah.
Good. That is good.
Yeah.
See, that's really good for League. I am more interested to see if people fall back on like Old Faithful or what they think is a good meta choice for like a slightly bigger event. But even then, like I can only make so many assumptions because I'm also not out and about. Like I don't hit up the League every week because it works sometimes.
Also, there's going to be people that are coming in from out of town.
Yeah, and you have no idea.
Unless you just know who is coming.
Yeah,
specifically. But I think
I feel like there's a lot of tried and true Fairies players here.
There are a bunch of Fairies players here. I don't know what it is about this area. It just loves putting a Spellstutter Sprite into play.
Yeah.
Good card.
Yeah.
Sick card.
It's a very sick card.
Anything else?
Sam, do you have anything else you wanted to bring to the table today?
I don't know. I mean, I could talk about draft like all day. That's not what this podcast is about. Like
maybe if there's a Pauper Master.
What do you think what do you think is the most misunderstood limited format that you've played in?
Ooh, misunderstood is
it depends on what you mean by misunderstood, but I think Edge of Eternities, it was like the depth of it was so deep. The balance was immaculate, and so like if your opponent went turn 1 island, like you could be facing lethal in like 4 turns, or they just have like 3 board wipes.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to play like the grindiest game, and it's going to be won by decking, right? It's like a lot of formats, like, like, okay, blue-black's the super aggressive deck or whatever, and almost every color pair could do everything in Edge, right? You had no idea what kind of strategy you were facing by the colors your opponent was playing, unless they were on the 5-color soup deck, in which case they're just ramping, doing a bunch of big stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I thought it was immaculate.
Okay.
And a lot of people that play a lot share that opinion.
Because I think I remember, like, I caught you, whereas it was either you or Jonathan. I was like, what is a lander token?
Oh my God, yeah.
And then it was either you or him that were both could not be happier to tell me what a lander token was.
That had to be Jonathan, but yeah, so a lander token is, they made a rampant growth token.
They did.
Yeah.
That was one of the... It wasn't on like anything super impactful for constructed.
No, but I picked it. I picked some card that was like make a lander token in like one of the cubes that we have, and I was just like, "What the hell is a lander token?"
Well, Sam, appreciate you coming on. Hope you had fun.
Thanks for having me.
No, it was really fun.
Sick talking with you.
Yeah, no, we love picking your brain, hanging out with you, Cuban. You've been a great addition to the friend group and the Cube group overall. It's been really fun hanging out with you.
And now it's over.
Yeah.
Wait, can I have one thing?
Yeah. What's up?
So this, totally forgot about this. This like stuck in my head. It's about at the cup, like how and when you should interact. So I think it was the last match before top 8. I was playing against some terror player.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was after game 2. Yeah, no. It was after game 3. And he was like, oh, I think I threw that. And I was like, how? And he was like, when you killed my terror, I had a dispel and I didn't use it. And that was not possible because I would never pay the ward on a terror and to open blue mana. So when I killed the terror, I was like extra sure he was totally tapped out. Mm-hmm. But just like the thinking that there was a chance that your opponent would, right? Like, to me, it's not even a possibility to like pay the ward on a terror and to open blue mana when you like, no, they have dispel, right? Like they haven't used it yet. And it's like, just, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. It's more of like, it struck me as a very different frame of mind thinking that was like a possibility.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that is strange. I guess people just think about things in just way different ways. I mean, you are looking at things, you're like, I would never do this. And maybe somebody in Pauper's like, I'm willing to like roll the dice on a terror being killed in this particular scenario.
And sometimes it depends on the situation. Like, are you like, well, I'm going to be dead otherwise, I might as well jam. But in a situation where you can just kind of hold back, yeah. Yeah.
I'd probably rather concede than pay the ward on the terror and open blue mana.
That's fair. I check it sometimes too. There's a coverage match of me ward checking Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I didn't pay the 2.
Nope.
That's so funny.
I like checking people on that stuff.
To be fair, like when I play against terror, I I just instinctively do it. I just instinctively pay. I pay for it. I always pay for it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like, well, you have to pay for it to kill it. But
Well, yes, I mean,
Unless they forget.
I almost don't instinctively just check my opponent. I just assume that you're playing terror. You've put this card in your deck for a reason to do this thing. That's my thinking of it. I just kind of shortcut past that and just assume that everybody's on an equal playing field.
At a Pauper event in Indy, I was playing Fog, the black green Fog, and my opponent was playing. So before Wall Spy was Wall Spy, it was just Wall combo. So it made infinite mana with Freed from the Real on a big wall tapper.
very cool card.
And my opponent has Obsidian Acolyte. If you're unfamiliar, it's protection from black and pay a white and give something pro black. And that's on the battlefield the entire time. I'm looking at a hand of like 2 Crypt Rats and 2 Snuff Outs, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I like we're going to turns, and I'm just trying to get a draw here because we're 1-1 right now. And my opponent's way ahead. I'm just trying to get a draw here. On my last turn, I just try to stream a thought them to maybe hit their last Freed from the Real. And they ended up going to their turn, playing a tutor for a wall, get the wall that transmutes for the combo piece, puts on their wall. I'm like, okay. I'm like, in response, I'll pay for life and snuff that out. And my opponent's just like, yeah, it's pretty good, and puts it in the graveyard, and his friend's watching behind him and just puts his hands on their head. Yeah. And I'm thinking in my head,
I was watching that behind you, and I was like, do not emote, do not say a thing.
That's my thought too. I'm thinking like, everybody shut the hell up.
Yeah, everybody shut
and then it was funny because afterwards he like swings for lethal, and I'm like, man, I'm like, yeah, you got. I'm like, wait, Fog. I play Fog, and like I almost like picked up my cards. I'm like, wait, I'm playing Fog. What am I doing? And so, but afterwards, his friend's like, why did you let that stuff out happen? He's like, I'm stupid.
Oh my god!
Like sometimes you malfunction too.
Yeah. Sometimes you just goof.
Yeah, but I don't know. Thanks for coming on. Really fun.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Always. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. If you got any comments, questions, concerns, you can send those questions to us at commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com, or you can join our super, super sick Discord. You can bug Sam if you ever want to talk.
You're in there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If you ever want to bug him, he's snodz on in our Discord. Is there anything else you want to shout out? Do you have like any handles, anybody you want people to find you or no? I don't blame you.
I'm kind of low key guy. I don't know. Yeah. You can
find you on Moto.
You like talking about Magic, that's for sure.
I love talking about Magic. You can usually find me at the top of the draft leaderboard on Moto.
There it is.
Let's go.
There it is, baby.
Yeah, or you can hit the DMs. I'm down to chat anytime.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be happy to chat limited with some people in Discord if we got any other limited heads there. We like to hear y'all's questions, take your suggestions, questions from episodes, all that stuff. No, thanks for coming on again. It was really fun. I look forward to Cuban next time, whenever that is. Not this weekend, because we'll be in St. Paul.
We will be cubing.
Yeah,
you'll be playing a lot of Cube.
Sam might be Cuban. Yeah. We don't know what Sam's up to.
But there are lots of opportunities to play Pauper this coming weekend at Shoebox in Minneapolis. You can say hi to James Cameron and our friends Anna and Dan, alums of the pod, as well as our local friend Dustin. They're all going to be up there at Shoebox playing the Cube event, and there is a Sunday Pauper 5K on the 15th.
I will be playing.
Yes, James will certainly be playing.
Where at?
At Shoebox in Minneapolis.
I think I'm just going to lock in. We're going to play Leonardo.
We're going to, depending on how hungover I am.
Very fun. Other March 15th events, there's a 2.5K Pauper trial at the NRG series at Energy Chicago in Elmhurst, Illinois. This is it's not just a Pauper side event, it's an actual trial that feeds into their championship series points, so that's super, super cool. Thank you to Mark and everyone up at NRG for continuing to support Pauper. We've got also on the 15th over in Germany in Oberhausen at the Phoenix Inn, the Rheinruhr series is playing, and I believe that's going to be an IPT, which is the league system that feeds into Pauper Get-In. So if you're one of our many German listeners, we'll give them your patronage if you are able to. March 21st, a win-a-duel at Sponsor Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee. Come on down, see us, and see the fine folks at Game Night and try to win a duel.
Watch Thomas win a duel.
I would certainly like to. That would be very fun. Are you going to come down and play that?
I might.
Okay. All right.
Might.
We could convince you. Again, the date change for the Court of Commons Quarterly is April 4th. That's in Murray, Kentucky at
What's that
Enchanted
stand
Gaming
for?
and Informing. The Court of Commons Quarterly? The cock?
Yep. Also
Yeah.
known
Oh,
as
yeah. The cock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also to our London friends, April 25th is their 4th London Pauper Showdown at the London Pauper League. It's the Darkest Ritual. And then there are some ongoing leagues. Of course, you have our Thursday League in Bellevue, Tennessee, as well as in North Carolina in Greensboro. The Piedmont Pauper League at Dragon's Horde is running a monthly tournament every month. And I believe the March event... I'll have it in the show notes whether the March event is still open for registration or they moved on to the April event. But the winner of the league gets a trip to come down and play the Common Ground Cup in July.
And I didn't realize that was Sunny.
That won the cock one.
Yeah. For
No,
the
not
last
Cock. For Hobbytown.
Oh, for Hobbytown.
Beta Basics. Yeah, that's funny.
I didn't realize. I could never connect. It was like the same person. I got the free entry to the
Oh, yeah,
Common
that
Ground
was who
Cup.
won.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then he told me that. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
how I never clicked my because you met them.
I met them a number of times.
You met them way before I met them all.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
so,
that Louisville event I won.
Yeah,
Wait,
so,
the
like,
first
I didn't-
the first energy
Yeah,
popper
I
thing
didn't.
they
I
did.
wasn't there, so I never met
Yeah.
Sonny and Kyle and stuff
yeah.
from that time. So you were ahead of the schedule with me on that one.
Last one, shout out the Cascadia Pauper Circuit up in the Pacific Northwest. They have monthly events running, and they're also potentially going to send someone down to us over the summer. So keep a TBD on that.
That's so sick.
But Ethan has been in my DMs,
Dude.
asking for information. So
I'm excited. I hope you get to play against Zach Garrett's if you play in the fourth
Cup
cup.
4.
Yeah, he won Cup 2.
Okay.
And he's my buddy from South Dakota. He's like the reason why I'm good at Magic. And just I told people, I'm like, this guy's a killer. He would be on the Pro Tour if he did not live in South Dakota. Like, he is incredible. Came down and just won the tournament. And,
I'm pumped to meet him.
yeah, he's just an incredible person too.
Very
He's
good
really
people.
cool.
Super,
Yeah,
super
very
nice to be
very
around.
smart guy.
Yeah, very
It's going to be a great weekend. July 25th. Come on out. Information will be released on
can't wait.
April 16th.
I hope Zach wins again. Not to be biased or anything, but
No, of course not. Of course you're not biased.
Repeat winner.
that'd be
There you
cool.
go.
That'd be cool.
Cool.
I was shocked to make top 8. Like, I almost I didn't want
weren't.
to play it. Yeah.
We weren't.
No, we weren't.
Really?
No.
No,
Not really.
now we're
Sure,
expecting you got to
flattering.
improve. Only improvement. So now we expect a top 2. Next, I'm expecting a Sam and Zach finals.
Here's the problem with that. If that's the case, you are required to play a black green deck. Otherwise, you will lose in the finals.
I have been just coming to the format. It breaks my heart that you have Dark Ritual legal, you have Cabal Ritual legal, and there's no tier 1 shenanigans being done with
No,
that.
you can play a really bad Cycle Storm deck though.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's not good. I know. No, I also want Dark
No,
Ritual
because
to be good.
because everybody in the format plays Graveyard Hate in their main deck. Like
That's
they
true.
cannot not play Graveyard Hate.
The one time the enabler or the payoffs get busted really bad, like when the initiative was a thing, those got banned quick.
Do you think I could sneak in just a copy of Necropotence?
You can try.
Would people mind?
And then somebody's gonna go, yeah, Thraven Charm.
That's so true. Oh my god.
There's so many naturalizes.
Dude, if
so funny.
if someone played Necropotence against me in Fog, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, you're helping me out, brother.
Yeah.
Oh man. Thank you so much for listening, fam. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Hell yeah.
Fellas behind me is like, yeah, we should outsource this to AI. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, actually, we should outsource this to AI. I'm actually on a side. The robots deserve it. We failed. I don't care about AI anymore. If they take over the planet, it's theirs. We've up enough. Maybe trees will grow back, and I don't know.
I mean, that's
The ozone might
that's
fix
the
itself again.
big point of discussion that's going on of it's like two ends. Well, it's two ends of the spectrum of like trying to develop this super intelligence. Of some people believe that it will be this like super intelligence that will be able to help guide humanity into a new utopia, and some people, including many of the people who run these companies that are making this AI, want it to be some super demon that will reset the world into their favor. Like it's like there's like two ends of two ends of this really weird spectrum, and I'm just like, I mean, cool. Can you not use up all this water, please? And nobody listens.
Nobody listens to me.
Nobody listens to the tree hugger.